Hey, it's Elizabeth again, and I am really sorry that I've been absent. It's been a bit of a busy month. Got married. I'm married now, yes! And it's been great. And then I also got a job, so yay! And then I also have been going like pretty much every weekend to do something. It's just kind of the nature of how the season is right now. Um, but anyway, so I decided to finally sit down and talk about books because I've been reading so much lately, and I love it, and I want to talk about it because I have feelings. So anyway, um, however, because I really only read one book last month, which is September, and I'm currently reading a lot of books in October, I thought I would combine a read in September and the currently reading kind of thing. So let's get started. So the first book I read was The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wohllben. And again, I can never pronounce that name because it is German as heck. And I am not proficient in German. I apologize profusely. But yeah, I bought this book because my husband is really into trees. He actually got a black walnut ring instead of like your normal ring just because he loves trees. He's kind of a nerd for it. So I decided, oh, well, I want to get him a book, so I'm going to buy this book and so that I can recommend it. Also, my kitty is here, and she is hiding, but she also is very affectionate and wants all my love. You might hear her a lot. So anyway, sorry. So yeah, so I bought this book because I wanted to recommend it to my husband, but I wasn't sure if it was good, and I'm not going to recommend him a bad book. Who am I, a monster? So I started reading it, or I started listening to it on Audible during one of my many long trips, and I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot, like, about the communication of trees, actually, and, like, how they seem to communicate through smells, but then also something cool that happens is, like, some trees will support each other through their roots. So you'll see, like, a stump in the middle of a forest, and you'll be like, oh, that thing's dead. But it's not, because it's actually being sustained by the, you can see the tail of my kitty, sorry, it's actually being sustained by the roots of the trees that surround it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I ended up learning a lot, but then of course I put the audiobook on during one of the trips that I was taking with my husband, and we were listening to it, and I look at him and I was like, you know all of this stuff already, don't you? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, whatever, I'm still learning things. So, so that was the one book I read in September. It was great. The books I am currently reading, I have actually already finished Boy's Life and P.D. James, The Children of Men, so I'm not going to talk about that. I think the one thing I will say is that I would like to see the movie Children of Men now, because I hear that it is different from the book, and I am curious. But, yeah, so the books that I'm reading now, though, are, for example, The Greek Treasure by Irving Stone. This is the hardcover dust jacketless version, because the dust jacket was literally falling off when I got it. I got it at a little secondhand store in Stillwater, Oklahoma called Gypsy Snark down on Maine. I think I've already mentioned it once. And if I haven't, there you go. Go see it. It's awesome. She has a great selection of books, y'all. And, like, her fantasy and, like, science fiction section's pretty damn good. And then, like, her murder mystery section's pretty great. And, of course, like, every used bookstore, like, there's definitely, like, a romance section. But I will say, it is not the store across the street that literally says used books. Don't go there. I mean, go there, but it's not Gypsy Snark. Gypsy Snark, she has such a wonderful collection. So anyway, I got The Greek Treasure by Irving Stone because I was looking for something fun to read in the summertime, because I spent the first week of September at the beach. Yeah, I've been reading it since then. So it is about Henry and Sophia Schliemann, again, last names I don't know how to pronounce, I'm sorry. And they are, as far as I can tell, the couple that sort of discovered the actual architectural, archaeological evidence of Troy, or rather the treasures of Priam. Either way, Irving Stone has always done a fabulous job of writing really wonderful not autobiographical. Goodness me, I can't talk today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna ramble. No, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, he does a really good job of writing really good biographical books. So the reason I picked him up is because I had read his The Agony and the Ecstasy, which is actually about Michelangelo. And the thing about that one, it is like, The Agony and the Ecstasy is like eating a damn 4-course, 5-course meal from like the greatest chef in the world. Like, you eat it and you're like, oh, I gotta stop for a second. I gotta digest. I gotta like figure some stuff out, because that was like, it brought me closer to Jesus kind of stuff, okay? So like, that's how I experienced The Agony and the Ecstasy. And so of course, when I found out he wrote about archaeology, I was like, okay. So I picked up the Greek treasure, and so far I am really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through. And it's kind of like his stuff normally is, like, it's not like glued to the edge of your seat riveting. He is telling the story of a life, and so it's not like he's making stuff up. It's actually very well researched. So it's not something that I would say like, oh my god, it's a thriller, twisters and turns, like, you know, the movie. No, it's just a good book. And I think what I'm really enjoying about right now is that it is about a married couple, and since they just got married, it's kind of nice to read about a couple that is like working together as a team. The man may be stupidly rich, but he is very much like, yo, you are my wife and you are my partner, and you are going to learn all of these different languages, and you're going to come out with me to the digs, and we are going to discover Troy. And it's really fun to read about, because they start off as an arranged marriage, but I really believe that they genuinely come to love each other. So I will let y'all know what the ending is like and what my final thoughts are on it. And until then, that is one of the things I'm reading. Another thing that I'm reading, or rather listening to on Audible, is Spook by Mary Roach. I love Mary Roach's Stiff, which is about cadavers, the curious life of human cadavers. Spook is actually Science Tackles the Afterlife. So I thought that would be a perfect book for October. I know I said I was going to read the Berlin book. I might still, but like, I'm in a spooky mood, so let's read about the afterlife, y'all. So that's one of the things that I'm listening to right now. And because my job right now is kind of, I'm able to listen to audiobooks while I'm working, so that's kind of awesome. I don't expect that to last for much longer, but I'll take it while I can. And then the other book that I downloaded is Bonhoeffer by Mextaxas. I've had multiple friends recommend this book to me. It is a nonfiction biography. I keep saying autobiography. I think it just sounds better, but it's a nonfiction biography, and that is the next book that I will read probably before the month ends. In the meantime, I will be back next week with a to be read series, and so the things that I'm going to try to read in October. And in the meantime, by the way, I read some of y'all's comments. That's actually one of the reasons that I was like, okay, should I listen to P.D. James' Children of Men first, or should I listen to Boy's Life? And I decided to read Boy's Life first because one of the commenters actually said, like, oh, it's a really good book. I remember that. So I will say I did enjoy it. So, you know, awesome. Good recommendation. And in the meantime, I will talk to y'all later. Hey, if you have anything you want to say, just drop by in the comments and say hi. I know a few of you have followed me. I haven't had a chance to check out your channel yet. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. But I will be doing that soon. And I hope that y'all have a fabulous life until the next video comes out. And in that case, you know, just keep on. That was lame. I'm so sorry. All right, bye.